Gradeup, welcome to this session on a very important topic for XAT, and that topic is very peculiar to XAT more than it is peculiar to other exams, and that is poem based questions. Good evening, Manjusha. Good to see you here. If you are watching this video on YouTube, especially after the session is over, my suggestion is before you solve or attempt any of the questions, pause the video, solve it, and then look at the explanation. Okay, so here we go. Let's see who else is there. Harish, good evening. Now, if you have been working very hard towards cracking XAT, because that's the second biggest exam you have after CAT, poem based RC or reading comprehension questions have been there pretty regularly. Okay, in fact, the last two XAT they appeared, and we have been told by students, we have had like quite a few messages from students saying that poem based RCs are very difficult, we do not know what to do, so can we have some pointers? Now let me tell you people, poem by the very nature of the writing style is very author specific or author dependent. What the author had in mind while writing a poem may not be what the reader has when the reader reads the poem. In fact, you may have seen that the same poem may have different interpretations to different people based on their current state of mind. The same poem can motivate, can depress, can make you happy, can make you feel sad or nostalgic, and that is why poems are very hard to interpret. They are not objective write-ups which can be interpreted irrespective of time and space and your state of mind, right? Hello Vijay, good to see you. And that is why poem interpretation is hard. Now very clearly if it's hard, Srikanth, hello, good to see you. So what I am doing in next couple of minutes is that I would give you a basic idea but effective idea in terms of what to do if you face poems this year also in XAT. Okay, and I'm pretty sure it would be very helpful. Definitely it depends a lot on how you utilize it. Okay, so no magic as such, no shortcut, but effective to the point piece of advice that I find very helpful, and I think it should be able to help you as well. Okay, Karuna, good to see you. Abhishek, I think Abhishek has been regular. Welcome Abhishek. And let me see who else is there. So I would now quickly take you through a couple of questions from the previous year's XAT paper so that you know what they have been up to, what they have been asking. और आप पहले attempt करोगे, you attempt the question, and then I would do the questions with you so that you know how to go about them. Okay, all right. Harish, no one or two tips as such, but you continuously attend the classes and you should be pretty good. Okay, so a lot of students come up with the same expression when they are told that XAT asks poems too, and students are like, यही बचा था. But yes, that's the reality. Okay, so you have to know how to handle them. Okay, so let's go back to our school days. This question is straight from your class 10th probably or 12th, I don't recall, but this is a very famous poem that I know for sure. Okay, so have a look at it. Priyanshi, hello, good to see you. Swapnil is very happy. Sahil, hi Akash, good to see you. Okay, Sahil, I hope this session would help you. All right, so what I suggest is it would take you barely 45 seconds. Read and then tell me what would you mark if you were sitting at a XAT center examination hall, and it's a 1 mark question. You're not supposed to get it wrong, so please try doing it and then I would help you. Okay, Harish, you did it where? You in school? You recall that? Okay. Harish says Bombay. Suchetan says apple. Shubham, Ashu, I am looking at your question in the chat on YouTube. I would discuss that, but remember, poem-based questions are highly likely to get misinterpreted. That's the trouble. Okay. So as I have been doing at my XAT sessions at 9 o'clock every single day, please use options to eliminate. That's the surefire way of doing these questions. Okay. Use options to eliminate. Right. So Shubham, stay with me and I would help you eliminate choices. Okay. Swapnil Shikha E. Okay, Harish. Manjusha and Karuna think it's Bombay. Right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what possibly our answers can be. Let me wait for 10-15 more seconds. Vijay, Bombay. B for Bombay. Okay. So Shubham, what's your answer? Akash Agrawal, did you try? Sahil, did you try the question? Shrikant, did you try? Let me know. Okay, now suppose you have Abhishek Mohapatra, Bombay, Vijay, Bombay. Okay. Harish, what's your answer? Harish has not answered yet. Bithika, good evening. So Harish, you are sure you have read this poem earlier? कहाँ पढ़ा, कुछ याद आ रहा है? Okay. So are you sure? Sahil A, Kaushik Manohar Bombay, Tushar Vashisht E, Shubham, it's B. Shubham is sure about it. JP, Bombay, Monica, Bombay. Okay. Akash Agrawal, Delhi. D for Delhi. Shubham, Ashu, Bombay. Okay. Fair enough. All right, Priyanshi. Okay, चलो देखते हैं. Let's. I'm still getting answers. A, B. Okay. All right. So majorly between A and B. That's what I've seen. Did I get any other answer? Yes. Narayan S thinks it's D. Ayush Mishra. Yes, you are right. That's correct. Naturally, I just wanted to show you what can you expect. Okay, Bithika A. So let me read the paragraph with you. Let me read the poem. Let me enjoy the poem. It's a very nice poem actually. It says, some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Now read this line, guys. I hold with those who favor fire. Can I say this line basically means that the author thinks that the world would end with X or by X. Let's assume X is fire. Okay, now remember, I am not doing any literature review here. We are looking at it from typical management student perspective. Answer nikalna hai hame, right? So I'm not really appreciating the beauty of the poem, though the poem is beautiful. Then says, I hold with those who favor fire. So the author thinks it would end in fire. And then he says in the second line, from what I have tasted of desire. So whatever experience this person has with desire, he thinks it would end in fire. So he's connecting desire with end of the world. Desire being a reason for end of the world. Can we say that? Now look at the next line. But if it had to perish twice, means, now pay attention, desire can lead to earth's end, to the world's end for sure, correct? Desire can destroy the world for sure, but if it had to be destroyed twice, This line is very important. If it had to be destroyed twice, means what? It is not necessary. Desire alone can do it. But if you had to destroy it twice over, I think I know enough of hate. So desire alone can do it. Hate can also do it as much as desire can do it. So you want to acquire something, it can destroy the world. But if you hate, acquisition comes from desire or like. So you like something, you desire, higher degree is you become greedy. So if you want something, it can lead to destruction. But if you hate something, even that can lead to destruction, because the next line says, to know that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Now let's read it again, everyone. The person says the world can end. The author says the world can end out of desire alone also. But if it has to be destroyed twice, then hate can also do it. So can I say the author is essentially saying that desire itself is alone, but hate can also do? Can we say that? Now let me look at the comments once again. So Shubham has changed the answer. Akash Agarwal Bombay. Akash का आंसर बॉम्बे है, ठीक है, no problem. Let me see if anybody else is changing the answer. So Manjusha, are you changing your answer? What's your answer, Manjusha? By the way, I just forgot. And there are too many messages, so I'm not going back. So Harish, would you like to change your answer? Now let's look at the question. Which of the following statements will the poet agree with the most? Very clearly it means that the author may agree with all of these. Correct? All of these. But the author will agree with one the most, right? So let's start with Bombay, because Bombay is, I think, a lot of you agreed with Bombay. Both desire and hate can lead to destruction of the world is what we just saw, but can create self-doubt. How do I support this? Can I support this, guys? Self-doubt. So Harish, can you explain? I am at a loss here. Now look at C option. Look at C option. Hatred destroys what desire cannot. No. Hatred and desire both can destroy the same things. So C is definitely out. D is end of imagination option. जो कुछ समझ नहीं आता ना, तो ऐसे options बनाते हैं लोग. Desire overpowers hatred to control humans. D, I think we all agree, doesn't have any connection with the paragraph. Forget about the most agree with. Correct? Let me see what is happening on Narayan. You can download the app presently. You would get a lot of information there. Okay, during a live session when I'm looking at these kind of questions, though your question is important, but I think downloading the app would solve half the problems. So Narayan, yes, I strongly recommend you do that. Okay, even I am there on the app, so probably you can connect with me there. So yes, JP, broadly yes. Fire is the desire for something, the greed for something, and ice is hate. Both can destroy the world. It's not that one can destroy, the other can't. You understand? Now look at E. Ambition is more powerful than envy. Is E related? Very clearly out of scope. Vipul 20 if I remember correctly. Okay, but could be 19 also. I have chosen them from the last 2 years. I just wanted to show how to interpret. Okay, therefore I took the actual questions. Right, you get that? So are you guys clear what are we doing here? No. That's the problem here. Harish, understand. When the author says the world will end in fire and he calls ice as hate, to know that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice means hate can destroy the world. So can what? So can desire. So he's calling desire as something that leads to destruction of the world. Now, can desire lead? Not really. You need a higher version of desire. Have you ever thought that greed is basically a higher version of desire? I may have a desire to, let's say, acquire a house, acquire a nice car. But if I want to acquire the entire world, that becomes greed. I want to acquire hundreds of houses and I do corruption for that, that becomes greed. Greed is basically a higher and a negative version of desire. That's what the author is talking about. How do I justify this self-doubt? I hope it is very clear to everyone. So remember, poems can be interpreted in 100 ways for all we know. Agreed? But what do? I avoid the options which are not as good and I go for the ones which are, let's say, less good than the others. Is it clear, everyone? So remember, poem based RCs can be done. Just one suggestion. For example, I personally do not read a lot of poems. I read a few of them if recommended by friends and all. But if I read, obviously I would interpret the poems as I am, or as I see them, or as I am in that kind, depending on the kind of frame of reference I have at that point in time, the mindset that I'm carrying, correct? So there's a lot of confusion. There could be a lot of misinterpretation. My suggestion is do two things. Try to always interpret the symbols that the author is using. Fire and ice, these are symbols. Try to find out what is it that the author is trying to symbolize them with. And then eliminate choices. That's all you do. और कुछ नहीं कर सकते. You can spend your lifetime debating with Robert Frost on this poem. कि आपने क्या सोच के लिखा? You understand? I'm pretty sure you agree. So please make sure that if you guys are going to attempt, poem based RCs, be 100% sure that you are able to figure out these symbols used by the author and eliminate choices. Look at the next question based on the same poem. The next question asked was, which is the most unsuitable title? Suitable title to aata hai. This is unsuitable title. Now, whether it's a poem, whether it's an RC without verse RC, without poem RC, if they ask you the title, always try to think or always select the option that answers the question, what is this RC primarily about? Whatever is the RC primarily about will be the answer to the title question. Title decide karna hai, ask this question. What is this RC primarily about? For example, what was the poem that we just read primarily about? Can I say it was about destruction of the world? Right? Destruction of the world. How the world can end. It can end through greed or it can end through hate also. It was primarily about this point. Do you agree, everyone? That this poem is about how the world is likely to end, either through desire or through hatred, greed or hatred, right? So what would be an unsuitable title? The one that does not talk about this, correct? So if I give you this option, the Annihilation Hypothesis. Now you have to know the word hypothesis. Hypothesis अगर आपको नहीं पता तो आप इस ऑप्शन को चूज नहीं कर पाओगे या सेलेक्ट नहीं कर पाओगे या डीसेलेक्ट नहीं कर पाओगे. Can anybody tell me what is hypothesis? All of you on YouTube and all of you on the app, please tell me, and there are plenty of you. Can you tell me what is a hypothesis? Without googling, from your knowledge. Hello Yash, can you please tell what is a hypothesis? Very simple question. Some of you are studying at IITs, I know. Harish says theory, no. Yash, good answer. Sucheta, no. Can I call Newton's 3 laws of gravity hypothesis? I can't call that, no. I can't call that. I'm pretty sure you agree. Anna? Karuna says imagination. Abhishek says supposing. कुछ भी. That is one reason why your answers go wrong, because आप words का interpretation अपने हिसाब से करते हो, जो मर्जी. If I say cat means an animal which can fly, my answers are going to go wrong, obviously. You understand? Hypothesis basically means a statement based on very little evidence, and it requires further investigation. It is a claim based on very little evidence and requires further investigation. What is the author saying in the poem? That this world will end either because of too much greed or because of hatred. Correct? Can I say it's author's thought? Can I say it's not like it is? We do not have enough evidence and we need to probably investigate further. We can say that. That's hypothesis. You understand? So, can this be the title? Annihilation Hypothesis means author's opinion about how the world is going to end. Yes, it can be a title. The paragraph, the RC, the poem was primarily about it. It can be a good option. Let me give you 4 more. Right? Yes, a lot of messages came in one go from YouTube. I just saw like 7-8 messages, 10 messages I think now. Yeah, and couple of you have given correct answers, yes. Now try other ones, guys. The option B says love and detest. Detest is hatred. A tale of destruction. Broadly what the author talked about: desire, love, liking and hate. So broadly, how the world ends looks like a good title in the beginning of the poem. How the world ends, it ends through either too much greed or through hatred. हो सकता है. Destruction by fire and ice. This is almost a literal ज्यों का त्यों option. But one more is left. This is XAT. So naturally there are 5 options. Okay. Now read all 5 and tell me which one is most unsuitable. नहीं होना चाहिए. Be careful. You cannot tell me later that you did not read the word unsuitable. Guys, remember, you are not supposed to find suitable title. You have to find कौन सा नहीं हो सकता. बकवास title, महा बकवास. Manjusha, Suchetan, you have good answers. Yes, let me see और कौन answer कर रहा है. Yes, now a lot of you have understood it. Yes, Kaushik, Shubham Sharma. There are 2 Shubhams actually. Shubham Sharma and Shubham Ashu. Very good. Ashu, I think you changed your answer, huh? Yes, very clear. Yes, yes, yes. I think some of you had missed this word initially, है ना? ये word miss कर गए थे. Unsuitable. Now, can I say it is bound to be E? Because it says emotional destruction of the world. The RC is about destruction, not emotional. Whether it is physical or not, I do not know. Whether it is spiritual or physical, from the RC I cannot figure out. From the poem I can't figure out. But it is certainly not about emotional destruction. Correct? It is about annihilation. It is about love and detest and how it would lead to destruction. It is about the world ending. It is about destruction. But it is not about emotional destruction. But in this question, half the students went wrong because they did not see this. But if you see this and if you eliminate choices, I don't think you can say it's a very hard question. It is pretty doable, don't you think? So I agree the previous question was slightly difficult and may have required some elimination, but this question was very doable. Yes or no? What do you think? Bithika, you have missed it. Emotional destruction means the world would be destroyed in an emotional manner, not physically. Are you sure? The author was talking about only emotional destruction. This poem is primarily about emotional destruction only. Are you sure? That's what I'm asking. Yes, Abhishek Mahapatra. Love and hate are emotions, but they can result in physical destruction. Hitler hated Jews and he murdered them. Physical destruction out of hatred. Was it only emotional destruction? What do you think? Let me know. Now, if they had asked which of the following is suitable, it would have been a very, very hard question. Correct? Then we would have, thought from a different angle. For example, this is too literal. This is a little vague. This would have been little more better than C and D. And this would have been as it is out. The annihilation hypothesis would have been a little more vague. We would have said, okay, B makes more sense. But if they had asked for suitable, but they did not ask, thankfully, and made our job easy. Correct? Akash Agrawal, is it clear? Akash, if you remove E option, then all four are about the correct title. So you can't say which one would be unsuitable. Charo ke charo hi fir correct lagenge. Right? Naturally, they would not give you such close options, no? It's impossible. All will be justifiable options. Correct? Bithika, you have to find unsuitable. How would be D an answer? The paragraph is about destruction by fire and ice. Though fire and ice here are symbols, but how will it be unsuitable? Correct? And are we saying that D is unsuitable, but E is suitable? Emotional destruction. The destruction could be physical also, no? How do you know it's emotional? Correct? Alright, I'm running short of time, everyone, so I'll show you one more question. Poem mein time lag hi jata hai. Okay? You have a minute, please read it quickly. You take your time. Yeah, just do that, Manjusha. That's all you need. Okay, let me see. Divay Garg D. Divay, have you not downloaded the app? Because you have done quite a few classes, I remember. Mehul C. Okay. Monica says Delhi. Manjusha D. Yeah, Manjusha, you did a good job, yeah. I just read your comment. Alright. Let's be quick. 30 more seconds. Suchetan E. Harish Delhi. Alright. 20 more seconds. Karuna Delhi. प्रियांशी दिल्ली. ओके और देखते हैं. I need answers from the ones watching me on YouTube also. आपको भी participate करना है, okay? So please be quick. 3 of you have answered. जल्दी से, हाँ. Ishika C, Priyanshi Delhi, okay? Chalo, let me help you. Shubham Ashu Delhi, okay? Fine. Nice, nice, perfect. Okay, let me help you. If I am doing this RC, I'm calling it RC, but it's a poem, but if I'm doing it in XAT, I obviously, because in RCs we always look at the question first to understand what is the task, then we go back to the question. It doesn't mean we look at the options also, we just have a look at the question. Which of the following best explains the effect of the images in line 1. So line 1 has got images, उसका असर कौन सा ऑप्शन एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है? Effect has to be explained of the images in line 1. So I'll read line 1. Black lake, black boat, 2 black cut paper people. Depression हुआ थोड़ा सा already ना? Black lake, black boat, depression. Where do the black trees go that drink here? I already know the answer. I don't have to worry too much. Can the answer be C? I got 1 or 2 answers as C. The atmosphere indicates a cyclical nature of life and death. Question is asking which of the following options best explains the effect of the image. If I see black lake, black coat, 2 black cut paper people and black trees, क्या असर हो रहा है मेरे ऊपर? Simple question. So can I say, now read option D. The black lake lacks regenerative potential. What is a black lake? Where the water is black, it is devoid of life. No life. Black boat connotes what? Funerary boat in which bodies are taken or funerals are held. Cut paper people are unreal people, obviously, because look at the setting. Where do the black trees go that drink here? Black trees are drinking there. Question is very simple. Black lake, black boat, 2 black cut paper people and black trees. ये इसका असर क्या हो रहा है रीडर के ऊपर? Can you please tell? How all that is? How can this be a very difficult question? Correct? No. It's not. It's not the struggle of black people. No. Because read the rest of the poem. Okay, it's not about them. It's of course a very dark scenario where also towards the end author talks about some positive things. Stars opening among the lilies, but it is not about the black people. It definitely is negative. It definitely is a little, let's put it mildly, that this black lake, black boat is creating a slightly disappointing, despairing kind of situation, dejection, thoda sa dukhi, but not about black people certainly. Okay. So let's look at it. Option A says the first line encapsulates the theme of the poem. This first line has nothing to do with the theme. It is setting the entire context, but nothing to do with the theme. The images are suffused with. Suffused with is a positive phrase. Suffused basically means full of, with an overpowering sense of rebellion. Out of context. Cyclical nature of life and death, first line से तो कुछ मालूम ही नहीं चलता. E. The repeated use of black suggests evil. Can the first line suggest evil? All I can say is that black mentioned repeatedly in the first line typically tells me that it is talking about negative connotation of or negative scenario that is present in the first line. That's it. It's a very simple question. D is directly the correct answer. You agree? Tushar Vashist, I hope you have understood. Shubham Sharma, right? And more importantly, who asked me that? Rohan Sompurkar. Do you understand why E is not the answer? Because does it suggest evil? By reading the first line, can you say that it is suggesting evil? Evil is a very, very strong connotation, right? It's a very strong word. Nothing about that. All it shows is that the lake is black, no life in it. The black lake lacks regenerative potential. Regenerative potential means it cannot give birth to life. It cannot come back to life. Black boat is showing funerary boat, a boat where people's ashes are taken after death, or it connotes death. Cut paper people are unreal. This is what the impact of these words are. The impact of these words are not evil. They are not showing cyclical nature. Mar ke zinda, zinda hoke mar gaye. Rebellion, out of question, and it is not about theme. So I can again eliminate. I can always get the answer by elimination. Do you follow that? Rohan Sompurkar says negative is evil. Are you sure? Whatever is negative is evil. Evil is a very strong word. Rohan, I think you'll have to think the differences between words. That's the only way you can get these kind of harder questions right. Okay? So, let me stop here, everyone. Did you understand how do we go about solving poem-based RCs? Two things. A, because poems can be interpreted in different ways, keep the interpretation as close to the author's interpretation as possible. Avoid your own biases. Second, read the question very carefully. And third, eliminate choices on the basis of the words used in the options. If I'm doing these kind of questions in exam, what I would do is, I would be like, which of the following options best explains the effect of images in line 1? Effect of images. So when I hear black lake, what is the effect on me? I think about what? Good things, fun things, or sad things? Sad things. Now look for sad things. Okay, so I see black lakes lacks regenerative potential, means black lakes symbolize death. Makes sense, yaar. This is talking about effect. Effect की बात कर रहा है. That's how I think. That's how I eliminate. I did not see rebellion anywhere. Out. It is not the theme. Out. There is nothing about cyclical nature. Cyclical means एक बार death, फिर जिंदा, फिर death. And whatever is black is evil, can't say. Because are we saying the lake is evil, the boat is evil, the people are evil, and the trees are evil? No, we are not saying that. But black definitely here is something negative, but not necessarily evil. And I would eliminate. Correct? So these questions are going to be on the tougher side. Especially if you have not read a lot of poems or if you have not been interested in interpreting. But if you eliminate choices, it shouldn't be a big problem. I hope you get the point, everyone. Correct? So I hope you found the session useful. You can always download the app and you can follow us there. You can go for the courses that we offer at Gradeup. We have one of the best pool of faculty members. We are eager to help. In the chat and in the comment box, you can always let us know what else can we do for you. That makes your life easier in terms of exams, right? We are also coming up with a course on GDPI WAT. And I would be taking a major part of it apart from the other experts from Gradeup. So you can enroll for that also depending on the calls that you have. Thanks a lot for watching this. Thank you for your patience and thanks for hearing. I'll see you again. It's a great college the way. So make sure you get through XLRI and XIMB and all such colleges. All right. So I'll see you guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye. Good night. And we have more sessions, so you would be most welcome there as well. Thank you. Thanks a lot.